Fatima alayhi salam was brought up by her father, the master of all creation. He fed her with his talents and mentality. He taught her the Quran and all things about the verses of verdicts, the causes of the revelation of verses, and other things concerning the Quran. He educated her the rulings of the Sharia, the nobilities of character and high morals and principles. He upbrought her on the sincere faith in Allah, the creator of the universe and giver of life.
Lady Fatima was born 5 years after the revelation of Islam. And when she was born, people made fun of the Prophet because, of course, they are coming from a society where having a daughter was a shame. They said to the Prophet that your lineage will be cut off. You don't have a son. Who will carry your family name?
They would call him Abtar, which meant tailless, because his son had died in infancy. And they then said that consequently he would be Abtar, tailless, meaning that he would have no one to continue on his lineage.
And so the Quran, a whole chapter was dedicated to refuting this.
Rasulullah used to treat Fatima in a manner which was different to the manner he used to treat other children.
The Holy Prophet behaved with Fatima in such a way that everybody was astounded. He took the child in his lap. He would kiss her on a daily basis on her head. He would hold her hand and walk with her. He would sit and talk with her.
The Prophet would love Fatima Zahra. When he would walk into a room, she would stand for him and seat him in her place. And likewise, when she would walk inside a room, the Prophet would stand. He would embrace her. He would kiss her, and then he would seat her where he is sitting.
For Rasulullah, Fatima Zahra was the most beloved of creations. We have narrations from the 5th and the 6th Imam that says that Rasulullah would never retire for a day without having kissed Sayyidah Fatima Zahra first.
It is said that when he would leave Medina, he would see Fatima last, and when he would come back, she was the first person that he would go and see.
Men of Quraysh had never seen behavior like this. They wouldn't talk to their daughters. The Quran says that they would bury their daughters and be angry at the birth of daughters. They saw no value in them. Some of them traded away their daughters. Some of them openly tried to kill their daughters. And when they saw the Holy Prophet behaving in this way, they were surprised.
And for a man at that time to do that to his daughter was surely a bewildering thing.
He was telling the world two things. One was how to treat daughters with respect, and how to respect women in general, and also the fact that in times to come, he will be indebted to Fatima and her progeny for the propagation and survival of his divine message. The message of love, of equality, of justice, of peace, and not a message of what Islam has now is interpreted to be.
You need to behave in the right way, because this young child today will be the mother of tomorrow. This young child today will be the wife of tomorrow. This young child today will be the supporter and the maker of society tomorrow. If we mistreat her today, we suffer tomorrow. And this was a message that the Prophet was struggling to get out, because the tide was very strong. Not just in Arabia, elsewhere in the world. And yet, in that time, the Prophet was preaching a message of humanity that people found surprising. And so, in this environment Fatima Zahra was born into, she would see her father leave every day to preach his message.
She witnesses a lot of hostility by the infidels of Arabia, a lot of hostility towards Rasulullah, because obviously he was now bringing a religion that was directly against what they believed and directly against their norms and practices. And we hear of one incident when he was reciting the Quran in one of the chambers, at the Kaaba, and or he was in sujood, and they take a camel's placenta and they drop it on his head.
But she was the one that would wipe away the blood, that would take away the intestines from his back, that would look after him. And that is why the Prophet said, Fatima, anti ummi abiha. Fatima, you are the mother of your father.
Fatima took the role of her mother towards her father, who still faced the harms and aggressions of Quraysh. Fatima comforted the loneliness of her father and relieved his sufferings, and served him with her love and kindness until she was called the mother of her father.
So Fatima grew up in a life of jihad. This is jihad. The jihad that we talk about isn't attacking the weak. The jihad is facing those who are stronger than you. Standing up to those who would bully their way. That is jihad. Standing up for those who are oppressed. And this is what the Prophet was doing. He took into Islam all the people who were being oppressed by the non-Muslims. And so Fatima grew up in this environment where she saw the Prophet's courage. How courageous the Prophet was. Even in such difficult circumstances, he didn't let go of the Risalah. He would not stop preaching to people. She saw the Prophet's jihad, how difficult for him to see himself, his family, his wife, his daughter, his cousins all suffer because of his preaching. And yet the Prophet would not stop. She saw his kindness, his akhlaq. She saw the way he tried to protect his family and his fellow Muslims. She saw the best characteristics of a man. And she wanted to emulate the Prophet in this way. And she wanted to teach later on her children and her neighbors and her friends some of the akhlaq of the Prophet.